Yay, it's live! Alright, so you don't even see a computer on your screen. I mean, you see a monitor and you see a keyboard, but there ain't no computer. And that's because I don't have it out. Why don't I have it out? Well, I just got home not that long ago, and 15 minutes. 15 minutes is not nearly enough time to get anything prepared, you know? So I didn't. I'm getting prepared now. Theoretically, at least. Don't know for sure yet if I'm going to be able to work up the enthusiasm to get it out, which is why the title says maybe. I'll probably change it after the stream happens. Probably change it to... It says that one person's waiting. I'm live right now. Stupid. I've always wondered why that doesn't work. Anyway, I'll see if I can work up the enthusiasm to get it out. If I can, I'll change the video title by the time the actual archive gets uploaded or is public. And if not, well, then we'll just do something else. Now I know that somebody is going to ask me, why aren't you working on the iMac G3? That is a dead end, that's a lost cause. That system has got some serious problems. I tried changing the RAM in it and it still is not working, so I'm going to have to go at the RAM slots on the board, the logic board, with some deoxit or something like that, because it's not working. The RAM tested good in another machine, so I know it's not the RAM. Alright, so how far down? It is way on the bottom of the stack. Well, not quite. It's pretty far down, but it's not quite at the bottom. So I'm going to take off a stack of laptops. I'm going to have to take out the HP Pavilion 3260. That Pentium build that I started. I'm going to have to take out the IBM IntelliStation. I'm going to have to take out some custom random box I was going to use as a server, but I didn't because it wasn't working. And I got the HP Vector VL420. That all needs to come out of there before I can get the Zenith 486 out. Oh, and if that wasn't quite enough, I've got that one of those Smart Symposium displays, and a Maxatronics 201 electronic lab in front of that as well. Fun times. I wonder if that Maxatronics lab actually even still works. Maybe I'll have to experiment with that a little bit. Can't remember when I got that. It was a long time ago. I've never really used it. I have to figure out some good purpose for it. I did use... Actually, I had it for a while set up as a burglar alarm. And it worked well enough for that. Now, can I get back here without busting everything? That is a good question. Probably should not crumple that up because that's my clock radio battery status page. Yes, I really am pretentious enough to have one of those. I don't know if you can hear me or not over here on this side of the room. I guess we're going to find out. Somebody will complain, I can't hear you. Of course, that's if anybody's actually watching this. Which you shouldn't be. Nobody should watch this crap. I'm continuing to get concerned emails about the fact I'm not uploading a video every day, even after I explained last week why I'm not. So I'm going to explain it again, just for the people who did not hear me, although they probably won't watch this archive anyway. Well, they won't be the ones that will watch the archive. Alright. I'll get that stack of laptops out of the way, and that'll be the first thing I do. Yes, if you're just tuning in, there's no computer. I'm getting it out because I was unprepared. Normally I prepare these things well in advance, but I've been busy today, so I didn't. Okay, that's not quite true. I usually prepare it about an hour in advance, but I didn't have an hour to get all this crap ready to go, so I didn't. So now I gotta get... I'm pulling these out in batches. I have 3 stacks of laptops to get out before I can even think about getting anything else out of here. This monitor's in the way, so I think I'm going to get that, put that somewhere else. Okay, where am I going to put this? I'm going to put it somewhere. I'm going to put it behind the monitor. I'll have the monitor crush me or something. So we'll pull that out. Put that back up. I've always wondered why, even though it's a flat surface, It doesn't actually sit. Never really does. So, alright. So there's that. I have another stack of laptops to get out. Where am I going to put all this junk? I don't know. Oh, this is a problem. Because I don't think I've got enough room. Well, I can make a little bit of room. What I'll do is there's junk sitting over here. I'll just move it, including my thrift store scores from today. So put that. Stupid monitor still isn't sitting still. So we'll put that beside it. I'll get this out of the way. That's garbage. I don't even know why that's there. Into the trash you go. Alright, so let's move these laptops. These last couple of laptops. By the time I get this damn computer sitting out, it's going to be like... I'm really just, right now, I'm curious if it actually still works. Because I've had it sitting in here now for, oh good God, a while. I did pull them all out and move them all around it in recent times, but I didn't turn any of them on. Certainly not the 486. I need to find an XT keyboard. If you're chatting in the chat room, I can't see what you're doing right now because I'm busy trying to maneuver a laptop around a stack of myself holding a stack of laptops, moving around the room. All right. So where am I going to put these? No, let's not fall. That wouldn't be a good idea. I'm going to put them right there. Just like that. All right. Probably got a very good view of my crotch. I'm sure everybody loves that. Okay. So now, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go take the camera, give everybody vertigo, but I'm going to take the camera. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to put the... Oops, well that wasn't very good. I just knocked over a stack of dishes. Awesome. Go over here, and I'm going to show you what I'm actually doing. Isn't that nice? So, alright. Next thing needs to come out is the HP Pavilion 3260. Let's get this out of the way. Actually, I could leave that there, but I won't. Put that in there. Sorry for the butt shot. Alright, so we'll get the HP Pavilion 3260 out. I could do these two at a time, because I have. My shirt just got caught on the fan. Alright. Well, now you can't see half of what I'm doing still, but it's the other half that you can't see. I'll just put this over here on the floor. It's out of the way. I'm going to have to put a lot of these on the floor because I don't have oodles and gobs of space for this stuff. I still don't understand why anybody would ever want to watch this junk. Which probably explains why my viewership numbers are down. Okay, let's get this, says Raven Science Technology Center. It came from work. It was one of their custom build machines. It's got a Pentium in it. I still am waiting for the heatsink about 3 weeks later. So I think I'm going to just cancel my order on that one and ask for a refund. And if I don't get it, well, I'm going to involve eBay on this. Because I don't have time to be sitting here waiting. I think that actually the problem has got nothing to do with the seller. He's knocked over a radio. The problem has everything to do with Canada Post and their stupid union. It's not the workers. It's the union and the negotiators that are the problem with everything. That's always the way it is. That's about as far into politics as I'm going to venture. Alright, what? I'm going to pull this out too because this is messed up. This is a camping bag. And it's kind of in the way, so I'm going to have to fix it. Alright, so here is the IBM IntelliStation. I might power all these things up while they're sitting out, except for that Pentium, because it still doesn't have a heatsink. And I got this custom build in the HP Vectra. And then we'll almost be ready. Oh, what happened? Oh, it's stuck. Because that case is so crappy. And I got Xenon... arc lamps falling on me. It's still falling. I'd like to see it fall now. Anyway, what a mess. I'm sure that's gonna fall. Yeah, this was not such a good idea, was it? My Mac is gonna fall for some reason. Maybe it's the laptop sitting on top of it. All this stuff is falling. Defying gravity. Because it's as if gravity doesn't exist in here. Let me just take this out. I'll deal with all that other junk later. Put it on my head. Alright. Probably could take this off now. It's a bandage. I cut my, or I didn't really cut my finger open. It just kind of opened up while I was putting my coat on earlier. It started bleeding all over the place. But I don't need that now. Why is that out of focus? Hey. There we go. So now I got another stack of laptops to deal with. For some reason this fell over. Oh, you don't. Alright. This lightweight piece of junk, I could just put this on the floor. Somewhere. It's going right there. I just knocked a slump blank into it. That's how junky that case is. Wow. Okay, HP Vectra VL420, it's 920. So I'll have about 40 minutes to play around with this 486, pretty much. And the first 17 minutes of this video, or thereabouts, is not going to be worth watching. So the more you know. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put that right there, so that way that iMac won't fall over when I do this. Although I know it's going to fall over anyway. My life is a comedy. For some unknown third party who I'd love to eliminate, so my life wouldn't be quite the comedy anymore. Okay, let's get this out. Scratch up the 486, why don't you? Yeah, that left a nice scratch on it. Oh well, the case is really not in good shape anyway. Sure everybody heard that. I'm going to get a lot of comments. Oh, you scratched it up, you hoser. Ugh. Whatever. I know. It's a naughty thing to do to a 486, but when you look at the case, you'll see why I don't really care that much. In fact, you'll probably be wondering why the heck I even kept the damn thing. Okay, we'll get that monitor out of the way. I realize now I have to get all the peripherals out of the way. Probably should plug in the device that I'm using to record this, because otherwise it'll die while I'm trying to do this. What just fell over in here? Get out of here. What's this? Oh, that's a lab coat. Probably want to put that back up. So I'm going to do that while I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure why it fell over. I don't ever use them. That one's fallen over too. We'll fix that. Fix that slight problem. Where is the top? I have no idea. Here we go. Okay. Now these are vintage. They're actually probably worth something. My mother used lab coats from when she was at university. Okay, what's this? Oh, it's some other shirt. Let's get this 486 out of here. This is the star of the show, I tell you what. Maybe I'll even get the Zenith XT out while I'm at it, because I want to... Well, I can't really. I don't have a proper keyboard. Oh, that HP is going to be in the way now. Well, I have a solution to that problem. We'll put the HP on the bed, or I'll do it, and you will listen to me because you can't actually see it. And then I'll put the Zenith on top of it. Problem solved. Okay. So, now, let the good times roll. Give everybody vertigo. Come back over here to Mr. Zenith. Which now means I gotta raise the tripod. Something just fell over. Oh, the monitor fell off of the boom box I precariously stacked it on top of. Oh well, I got a couple of those monitors. If it broke, well, nobody's really listening to it, so there's one thing. Now, what kind of keyboard interface is this? PS2, and I can use my actual monitor. What I wanted to do was not just see that it still works. You can see, look at this disgusting case. I'm going to have to do something about that. I'm going to have to get some Goo Gone or something. That is what happens when you have a Zenith XT, which I actually have that too. That system. Zenith XT that welds itself to the top because the rubber feet melt. That's what happens when age it takes its toll on machines. It's really kind of too bad because these were really nice machines when they were new. Now you get all that stuff happening and it sort of detracts from the value, you know? Okay, I'm going to move these back a little bit. I didn't get power cords. Well, that might be an issue. Probably should get a mouse. Maybe I'll get a mouse too. Get a mouse and get the power cords. 16 minutes of this junk. I can't believe anybody would ever want to watch this. Somebody apparently is. It says I got 2 viewers. One of them's me, but one of them is somebody else. At least I think one of them is me. I don't actually know. Is it even working? It's not buffering over there, so it's gotta be at least somewhat working. Okay. Nobody's saying anything in the chat room. I want to put the power switch in the front where this is. But I don't know what's involved in actually doing that. The other thing I would like to do is see if I can figure out why the floppy drive doesn't work. It's probably something really simple, like the floppy drive controller is disabled or something equally as stupid. But I don't know. And I'm not going to assume that. So, now I got these computers sitting all over the place. Power cords. And my mouse. My mouse. PS2 mouse. I think it's got Windows on it. It might have. Yeah, it should have Windows on it. Because I would have loaded that from the CD-ROM. Maybe. But probably. I would like to put another hard drive in this. But I'm going to need to either take the SCSI board. Why did this happen? My mouse is all tangled. Okay, whatever. I'm going to have to take the SCSI board out of the NEC. Or I have a SCSI board that's sitting at work, but I need a cable. So maybe I'll see if I can deal with that. Okay. So power is right here. Should find power for the cell phone so that the stream doesn't stop suddenly, because I'm sure that nobody would like that. Okay. This is a hard power unit. I could have, if I was really feeling adventurous, got out the inverse IEC power cord and used that, but you only live once. I already got that other cord out, so I might as well use it. Okay, so let's move this over here so I can actually plug stuff into it. Plug in the computer. I hope it's not powered on. Doesn't look like it is. Or if it is, it died on me silently. And last thing I need to do is hook up the display panel. Do not have enough space to do this. All these systems sitting all over the place. Alright, so we'll get that out. I don't care. Alright. Figure out where the monitor connection is. It's right there. And plug in the monitor. And now, Bob's your uncle. In this case, that actually is true. Alright. Is that open? No. Alright, we'll open it. Plug in the monitor. Some monitor. That has power. There's no bust in it. It's not cracked or anything like that. So let's see if she still works. I've got the cover on in case the sparks fly. Nope. That's a beep code. That's what, 113? That's not usually a good sign. So let me look that up. It's a Phoenix BIOS. I used to know this off the top of my head, but I don't anymore because it's been so long since I've... Well, that isn't even really true either, is it? This is not loading. Okay, what's the deal here? Well, I could always just try it again and see what happens. I think that's a terminal code. If I remember right, that's something about the NVRAM being corrupt. Or, not the NVRAM, but something about something being corrupt, which is not usually a good sign. (113) CMOS read-write error. Real-time clock CMOS is faulty. Extended CMOS RAM failure. Replace the CMOS. Yep, that is not a good sign. Okay, so let's pull the cover, since that's what any self-respecting technician would do. I'm going to actually diagnose this. Well, I don't know why that would be throwing an error code. Oh, a thumb screw. That's nice to see. So take out the thumb screw. It's possible being jostled around screwed it up. Although I've taken great pains to make sure that this system stays out of trouble. Okay, what we got? There's a fan on the CPU for some reason. Even though it's a 486DX33, unless somebody upgraded it, which I don't think is the case. So, what is the issue? What could be the issue? Well, there's a wire here that goes to something. It says 12 volts. I'm not sure what the purpose of that is. Let's see. As for the fan, where does the battery plug in? Trying to figure out where the battery goes, and I'm going to disconnect it. I'll disconnect the hard drive too while I'm at it, because I can't see anything in this case. Well, here's the other possibility. This has a switch on the side of it for me to that allows me to turn it on and turn it off. So I'm going to turn it off. Almost I'll try it again. No. Yep, 12113. Well, let's try something else. Just out on a limb here. Let's try one of the RAM sticks. It's 72-pin memory. Nope. I think this board is bad, if you want my honest opinion. Let's try the other memory stick and see if we get a different error code out of it. It should have onboard memory. Maybe the onboard memory is bad. No, still error. Same error. So, yeah, I don't think that works. And I don't really think there's much I can do for it. And a 113, if the CMOS is bad. At least it's not a 114, which is a BIOS ROM failure. Let's see. Anything else? CPU test? No, it's not 112. It's 113. It's not RAM failure. Of course it doesn't work, you know? That would be about my luck. ACC Micro. Let's just try pulling hardware out until it works. I can't work in this machine because I can't see anything that's going on. It has no floppy. Well, actually, that's not true. It does have a floppy connected to it. Let's pull out the floppy. Same error. And let's go even further than that. Let's start investigating even further. Let's pull out this connection which goes to the battery. No, it's still not working. Let's put the RAM back. Put the RAM back in place. I think broken solder is a possibility here. It's 113. CMOS is bad. Interesting. So something has definitely gone wrong. I can't work in this system because I can't see anything that's going on. It's not the BIOS. That's good, because that would be bad if that was that. Can't be something simple, can it? No, never can. I wish I had a map of all the jumpers. Where's the case cover? I think I do have a map of all the jumpers. Yes, I do. Look at that. Okay, CPU upgrade, onboard battery. Let me look for J24. Which looks like it's right beside the... Oh, it's right where it's not even going to be accessible. Of course it is! I can't see anything on this side of the board. So I gotta remove some of this junk. So I'll pull that out of the way. Which is going to now require a lot more effort than I really was hoping for. I'm going to pull that out. Get it out of the way. I'm going to pull this. Actually, I shouldn't pull that. No, I'm not going to pull that because that'll be a pain to get back at. Pull this cable out. And I'll look for J24. There it is. J24. Onboard battery. Enable in. Disable out. It is in. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take it out. Out. I don't think that'll change anything, but... now it's working. Just goes to show you, the simplest things can bring a complex machine to its knees. So I don't know, it doesn't have an onboard battery, I know that. Looks it's like 36 megs of RAM, so 4 megs on board, 32 in all those sims. It's upset about the diskette drive, which is fine. It's upset about the real-time clock, which is fine. And this is one of those crapo Phoenix A486 things, so this is going to be real fun to try and get working. Because it doesn't seem to reset the CMOS properly. So the first thing I'm going to do, actually, is I'm going to fix this battery bank. Because Scotch tape is not what you're supposed to use. So I'm going to pull the Scotch tape off of this. Which is stuck to the battery pretty good. I think these batteries are still good. I mean, I don't know, but I think they're still okay. Let's find out. I'll turn that box back on. Assuming it was on. And I'll check my output. I'm not even showing you what I'm doing. Alright. It just rebooted and turned itself off. Although I've seen that before. I have a, what is it? That Advantech machine does the same thing. So it's going to keep doing that until I actually do something with it. Because it times out after an interval. I forget what the interval is exactly. Let me pull this damn tape off of this. And get some Scotch tape. Okay. Yeah, I know. Blah, blah, blah. Where's my electrical tape? Used to be over here, but I guess now it's not there. I cleaned up in here a little bit. And unsurprisingly, I now can't find a damn thing. Don't know why I continue to try cleaning things when I know that I won't be able to find anything after I do. Yeah, I have no idea where that electrical tape is. I don't want to put more Scotch tape on it because that's not really right. There's the electrical tape. Cool. Alright. So, I'll get some electrical tape. Don't need a lot of it. I do need my scissors. Which, for my next trick, I'll find my scissors, I guess. Yeah, I won't be able to find those either, I bet. They're not where I put them. People seem to have this lovely... Oh, there they are. But people seem to have this lovely habit of taking things that are mine, borrowing without permission, and then either putting them back somewhere random because they can't make sense of the organization system in here, which is to put things where they last were, so that way I can find them. So they put them in random places and I can't find it. Or the alternative is they don't give it back at all. Okay, so let me make sure this is still even connected, which it looks like it is. Oh, I was going to test the voltage. Where's my multimeter? I was going to make sure that I was still actually getting voltage out of it. Where's my meter? Well, somebody probably borrowed that too. Actually, I know where the meter is. The meter is hiding behind this monitor. Sometimes it takes a few minutes to remember where I put things. But at least I remember where I last used it. Do I read the chat? Of course I read the chat. I saw that you were there. Did I not say hello? I thought I did. Well, if I didn't, hello. Most of the time I'm not reading it because I can't. I have my face stuck in something. But, okay, let's see. Here's the positive output. Here's the negative. I have 4.96 volts, which is accurate because I've got 3 batteries in there. That's 4.5 volts. They're 1.5 apiece. 4.5 is a little, or 4.9 is a little high, but when you consider they're about 3 points or 1.6 apiece, it's not actually quite that bad. Now let me see if I can do this. This might be a trick. Sometimes this electrical tape business does not want to behave. The right thing to do would be to heat shrink this. But am I going to do the right thing? Oh, no. Why would I do the right thing, you know? Okay. So let me repair this that got messed up. Yeah, I should probably solder this and do it right, but whatever. Actually, I probably could even replace the pins on this cable with the pins from that. Actually, no, I can't do that. Alright, well, at least I thought about it. So. By the way, if you're wondering, the hard drive that's installed in this machine is a whopping 540 megabytes in size. It's a Connor Peripherals drive. It's a Cabo Stingray. I think some of you might remember. Oops, that wasn't right. Yeah, I gotta twist it around like that. That's correct. Come on. Come on. That's not behaving. So I wonder if I still have proper voltage on that. Okay, let's turn this off. Put my battery bank somewhere. I gotta retest this board to see which one's positive. I believe pin 1 is not. Pin 4 should be the negative. And the way to do this, I'm going to do it live for all of you, even though you can't see a damn thing I'm doing. Because the lighting in here... In this side of the room, I need to get some... I know that Costco has some strip lights that you can get. I've been thinking about getting some of those. I need to go to my resistance measurement scale. I don't suppose it really matters which one it is. I'm just going to go to one. And high resistance I'm going to touch the ground. I'm going to touch the case or something that's grounded. And high resistance, or sorry, open loop means that it's the positive, and resistance means that it's the negative. Sorry, the other way around. My apologies. So I've got resistance on that pin. Do I have resistance on that pin? I don't have any on that one. I'm not getting any resistance at all. Is my ground no good? Is my case ground not any good? It should be. It's plugged in. Interesting. Well, that's the way you're supposed to do it. Touch something on the case that's grounded. Maybe I have to touch a ground plane on the board. That might be it. Yeah, there we go. Now I'm getting, or I was getting resistance. Yeah, I'm getting resistance now. Okay. So that's good. It's not infinite, or sorry, it's not short or anything like that, but it is resistance. So that's how you do it. So positive is red, negative is black. Go ahead and plug that back in. It'll probably still complain that there's a real-time clock failure, but that's fine. I'm going to hook the floppy drive back up and the CD-ROM and the hard drive. Alright, that's plugged in. Oh, man. Okay. Do I have 2 disk cables? I thought I did. I think I do. Alright, so, well, this is now a mess. Oh, that was not good. I didn't think that one through. Okay. So this one goes down. Oh, wow. Yeah, no, I did not think that one through at all. Because I gotta route this cable. I'm gonna disconnect something. Just watch me. If you actually can even watch me. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. At least mostly. Okay. Get that out of the way. Put this down here to where I can see what I'm doing. Even though I can't. Figure out where the IDE plug is, which is going to be backwards, I bet. You know what? I think I did this wrong. Yeah, that's wrong. The hard drive is supposed to be this one. Wow, I'm such a moron. Okay, so this cable here is supposed to go to the optical drive. So I'm going to route it that way. Pin 1 goes to the drive. There's not enough space to work in this case in the slightest. I don't know if it was supposed to have a smaller power supply installed in it or what, but no, that doesn't work. My electrical tape just fell off one of my connections. What a surprise. Might have to get some heat shrink and heat shrink that. Okay, now I want the floppy drive. And I'm going to have to figure out how this floppy drive was installed. I don't suppose I'll ever know. Some of these pins are bent. I wonder how that happened. That's going to be a pain to get in. What? Come on. There. Alright. So now I've got that all in place. Turn that on. And now it's bitching at me again. Why? I don't understand that. Huh. What a piece of junk. Okay, well, I'll turn this off. Turn it off. Turn it back on. Doesn't like my external battery bank. Unless it was off. What? Now that's kind of dumb, don't you think? Control-Alt-S to enter setup. Alright, so we'll enter setup. Auto type 1, that's totally incorrect. So I don't even remember the CHS parameters on this drive. But I'm going to at least enter something in here. Set it to what? Let's set, whoops, I just went way too hard. Let's set it to that and let the system reboot itself. It is probably going to tell me real-time clock failure. Which is true. Well, it didn't. Control-Alt-S to enter setup. I swear that wasn't working. Okay, well now the big question is, will it retain its settings when I turn it off? Maybe I did have it backwards. I don't know why that drive type is working, through some inexplicable reason. Auto type 1. Though I think is it set to auto? It might be set to auto. This might actually have auto on it. Most of them didn't. Okay, well let's turn that off. Let's make sure the CPU isn't getting way too hot. Which it's not. It's only a 486 DX33 anyway. Assuming somebody didn't upgrade it. Turn it off. In fact, I will pull the plug on it and push the power to discharge it. Turn the power back off. It's now 46. And power it back on again. Like I said, I wouldn't put it beyond this board to have some kind of bad solder joints or some other weird issue that's causing all of this, because I know the floppy drive doesn't work. Theoretically, it'll tell me real-time clock failure. Yes. Although it doesn't appear to have messed anything up. Yeah, it went back to 93. Alright, auto type 1. Yeah, it does have automatic. Look at that. Wow. That's pretty advanced for 486. Well, let me try that battery one more time. I'll turn the system off. I'll turn the battery bank back on. And I'll turn the power on. Why is it... what? Oh, yeah. Gotta love that. Fun working on machines. I have no idea what's going on at this point. There must be something that I gotta write some registers to something or something. Maybe I gotta trash the CMOS. Control-Alt-S to enter setup. Standard CMOS checksum was invalid. Yeah, that's probably it. It's not writing a checksum properly. Which I think is actually a bug with the Phoenix BIOS. I know it doesn't do that right. We'll set the time to something vaguely sane. Let's set it to, what is it, 2148? Yeah, 2148. I'm sorry you can't read this. Although maybe if I zoom in a little bit, you might be able to read it. Assuming that the quality on the stream is decent. I'm using the iPhone as opposed to the Android, so at least... nope, I can't do that. I gotta do it this way. 2149. I have a key click. I don't know if you could hear that. That's cool. November 30th. Let's set it to 1998 and make sure that it's not complaining because it's got a date straight up in the 2000s, because it might not be Y2K compliant, considering it's a Phoenix BIOS. Can you tell I don't like them? I really do not like the Phoenix BIOS. I think it's a piece of junk. AMI had a much better product. I could actually set those values. Maybe I will set those values, and that way disk geometry is being accurately represented to the machine. Although I'll set it to a user-defined value. User defined. Beep yourself. Okay, what do we got? 1048, 1663. 1048. Well, that's not even close to being accurate. 16 heads. 83 sectors per track. 679. That's still not anywhere close to being accurate. It is supposed to be what? 1048. Did I put that in right? 1048, 1663. Wow. Why did I put in 83? Hey! 63. There. 515 is at least a little closer to what it's supposed to be. Monitor type, color non-interlaced. Yes. Boot sequence A, then C. Page up, page down. Let's go over here. Serial ports are disabled, or serial port 2 is disabled. Does it have 2 serial ports? I'll have to go check on that. I might have to enable the second serial port. Parallel port is output only. Why? Should be bidirectional. Standard program in output 2 sector, 4 sector, 8, 16. Auto block. Let's go for auto block. Well, I'll just leave it at standard. Excuse me. Floppy controller is enabled. Is it actually enabled on the board, though? That was the one thing I wanted to check. What kind of jumpers do we have? Onboard I/O. In is enabled, out is disabled. But considering it says I/O, that probably also applies to the hard drive. And since the hard drive is working, I think it's pretty safe to bet that the floppy is also working. I just stepped on some Scotch tape. Fun times, you know? Yeah, I'm going to have to probably redo that electrical tape again. Okay, what jumper am I actually looking for? I just stepped on something else. Get out of here. I'm looking for VGA IRQ. What? VGA IRQ enable or disable? Okay. Haven't seen that option in a long time. Select CPU clock. Level 2 cache. It's got 4 of those. Onboard VGA enable or disable. Color monochrome. I should probably double check that. Printer port IRQ. I should double check that. Password clear. Probably should. I should double check all these jumpers, but I'm going to do that later because it's now 9:52. At least I know the system somewhat works, right? So, does it somewhat work? I don't really know. Save and exit. I found on another system that I was working on, if I hit F6, it would then refuse to boot to the hard drive until I trashed the CMOS contents. Yep, Phoenix BIOS is buggy as all get out. Alright. Now booting to the hard drive. Now watch this. As soon as I put a floppy in, it should break. It'll brick the machine. So zoom that out. Hi, Mem, is it testing external memory? So we'll find a floppy disk. Doesn't really need to be anything in particular. Sure, how about this Mach 64 installation disk? I got a couple copies of this, so if it trashes the disk, who cares? We'll put a disk in the floppy drive. And we'll select A. Not ready reading drive A. Well, that's a different response than I was getting previously. It's plugged in. Maybe it doesn't understand the Mach 64 installation disk. We'll try another disk. Shouldn't be saying not ready, though. It should be giving me some kind of a data error. So, obviously, something somewhere isn't working quite right. I don't actually hear it reading data. It's possible, yeah, it's possible that floppy drive is actually no good. Because I think it is the original one of the machine. It's not trashing my disks. Do I care enough to get out another floppy with about 5 minutes left to go in this live stream? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to check and see if it's going to complain at me about the CMOS again. So we'll turn the system off. Unplug it. Hit the power. Because it should lose its settings practically immediately, like it did previously. Alright. Nope. Now it's working. There is something definitely wrong with this thing and writing checksum values, it looks like. So I'm going to have to probably do something about that. Maybe the CMOS RAM is bad. I've seen that happen before. I've never actually ever replaced one. Assuming you could replace it. I don't know, that's rather weird. At least I have my CD-ROM driver. Is there a disk in the drive? Let me find out. Nope, unfortunately not. I was going to see if I could figure out how to put this power switch into the front of the machine. I don't know if I want to jostle the machine around, though, because I know that it's got problems. And I'm not actually really sure how I'd go about doing that. I'm not even sure there are mounting holes for such a thing. Well, I'd have to mount somewhere, you know? Probably turn the multimeter off so I don't burn out its battery. I don't see anything that's overly obvious when it comes down to doing that. But I mean, the system runs. I bet it'll stop working when I put the case cover back on, but it runs. I do have the cover for that battery box somewhere around here. I'll have to find that. Maybe I'll have to get a proper external battery box for it. I don't know. It's definitely doing some weird things. So, there you go. There's your incredibly strange behaving, but still inexplicably working. .486. It's got Windows on it. Sure. Let's run Windows. What version of Windows did I install on this? 3.1. Look at that. Haven't done anything with it, obviously. Maybe I'll have to install programs on that. Maybe we'll look into that next week, you know? Thinking about that. That might be an interesting thing to do. Maybe we'll do that next week. Of course, I got systems sitting at work that are going to be hopefully coming on their way home next week. Got a 286 and maybe even a 386 for you. So, 286 you've seen. Looks like I'm running out of power now. 286 you've seen. 386 you've not. At least as of the making of this. So, we'll see. I don't know about the 386 yet. I know about the 286. So, there you go. Things to look out for in March. Or on the next live stream, I don't really know. Because I'm scheduling videos straight out into March now. I don't think I finished my thought. I've been getting very... I wouldn't say irate, but concerned is definitely the right word for it. Concerned emails from people. Why I'm not uploading videos every single day? Well, I've answered this before. I found that when I uploaded videos every single day, the per video viewership went down. Overall viewership was still the same. But on a per video basis, it went down. And when it went down on a per video basis, the interactions on a per video basis went down as well. Not just the likes and dislikes, but the comments. And I remember it was the other way around, not just the comments with likes and dislikes. I don't get a lot of comments, which is kind of too bad. I value comments more than I value ratings. But nevertheless, since the interaction was down, not only was I losing out on, the ad revenue and all that mess. But I felt like the value to me as a content creator went down in a big way. Because I don't have feedback now. People telling me if the video is good or if the video is crap. I don't know. So, I mean, you can only answer that question. The video is obviously crap. Anything I upload is craps. But at the same time, I have no feedback. I have no way to know any of these things. So anyway, that's why I've stopped uploading on a daily basis. The viewership has climbed at least a little bit. This week is not as viewed as last week. Maybe I should do more Macintosh stuff on these streams. I don't know. But it is what it is. I don't really have a lot of Macintosh equipment. I did a plug in a mouse, but I have lost it in the fray here. I'll have to do a little bit more testing on this to see if it works, but that's it for this live stream. And I'll see you next time. Usually they are here. There are a couple of them here, but I guess nobody wanted to tune in or everybody was busy. I know I was busy. You might even be able to see I got another clock radio. Yes, I know. As if I needed any more of those things.